Okay, folks, ready for another deep dive.
Ready when you are?
All right, let's jump in. Today we're going deep into something I think we can all relate to. Phone mishaps.
Ah, yes. The dropped calls, the cracked screens.
Yeah, exactly. It's a universal experience, right? You know, those moments that make you cringe and laugh at the same time. And we've got a whole stack of stories here from yoga mishaps to uh
Flying food.
oh yeah, don't forget the flying food incidents. We'll get to those. But first, I'm really curious from a psychological standpoint. What is it about these phone mishaps that makes them so relatable? I mean, it's more than just a broken device, right?
Right. I think it's about the fact that our phones have become like extensions of ourselves. They're how we connect with the world, how we express ourselves. So when something happens to them, it's almost like a part of us is damaged.
Yeah, I get that. It's like this mini identity crisis, right? You lose your phone and suddenly you're cut off. It's funny, though, you read these stories and part of you is like, oh man, that's awful. But then there's this other part that just wants to laugh. Why is that?
Well, I think there's a couple of things going on there. First, there's this element of it could be me. We've all been there or close to it. So these stories trigger our own anxieties about losing our phones. But the laughter, that's a way of coping with that anxiety. It's like a shared experience. We laugh because we recognize ourselves in these stories. It's a way of saying, hey, it's okay. It happens to best of us.
Yeah, it's like a collective sigh of relief almost. And speaking of relatable mishaps, there was one story that really stood out to me. The one about the yoga enthusiast. I mean, you're trying to find your inner peace, all zen and focused, and then bam, a yoga mat pattern imprinted on your phone screen. It's almost too perfect.
Right. The irony is just too much. It's like this perfect example of how life can be so unpredictable even when we're striving for control and flexibility. Like, no matter how careful we are, how much we prepare, things can still go wrong. And sometimes those things involve flying sausages.
Oh, yes, we can't forget about Urkel Berry and his selfie stick. I mean, you can just picture it. He's at a barbecue trying to get the perfect grill shot, and then whips a sausage goes flying right into the phone.
Exactly. And it's hilarious, but it also speaks to this larger trend of performative technology use. Like, we're so focused on capturing the perfect moment, on presenting this curated image of ourselves online, that sometimes we forget to actually be present in the moment.
Yeah, that's so true. And sometimes being present means your phone ends up in the toilet.
Oh, yeah, the dreaded toilet drop. That's a fear we can all relate to. I mean, we've all had those close calls,
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, heart-stopping moments where you think your phone is gone forever. It makes you wonder how many phones actually meet their end in the porcelain abyss.
Well, according to SourceName, nearly 30% of phone repairs are due to water damage. So it's a pretty common problem.
Wow, that's a scary statistic. It makes me want to invest in a waterproof case right now. Or maybe one of those rugged phones, the ones that are built to withstand anything.
Yeah, those are a good option if you're prone to accidents. Look for phones with IP68 ratings. That means they can handle being submerged in water. Brands like Cat and Samsung make some really durable models.
Good to know. It's reassuring that there are solutions out there for us clumsy folks. But I think what all these stories really highlight is just how dependent we've become on these little devices.
Absolutely. Our phones are our lifelines to the world. They're how we communicate, how we access information, how we navigate our lives. So it's no wonder these mishaps can feel so significant.
Yeah, it really makes you think. So before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a question. What's your most memorable phone mishap? And what, if anything, did you learn from it? Share your stories with us. We'd love to hear them. And until next time, stay safe out there, folks. And maybe keep your phones away from flying food.
And open toilets.
And open toilets. Definitely open
All
toilets.
right. Until next time.
See ya. 10-2004.